What's the most annoying part of sex that no one ever talks about? Cleaning cum out of your belly button is incredibly hard. I call it the gene pool. From the woman's perspective, when the pressure that feels good also makes you feel like you need to pee, so you tense up and lose the feeling. 2 words. Lockjaw. If I'm taking a break, I'm taking a break for both our sakes. Getting the pants past the feet. Slide down ass, check. Fall down the legs, check. Chicken kick the pants off my feet with my dick swinging everywhere, awkward, check. Honestly, I would say sleeping conditions if not at your own place. Yeah, especially if it's a new or awkward relationship and you're eggshelling, stuck in one position for hours, holding in a fart, hungry, need to pee, etc. Make an effort to ensure your own comfort beforehand. Your pillow, your earplugs, wipes, whatever it takes. All the most obvious places to have kinky sex are also the worst. Hot tubs, pools, shower, all come with horribly awkward friction. Beach, picnic, woods, all come with sand or dirt or no nice place to get comfortable. Having to untie shoes and take your pants off when things are hot and heavy. It's like the scenes in action movies where the hero is out and about wrecking shop, then has to take an elevator to a different floor to fight some more people. Cum dripping out of your vagina. Instead of staying in bed and enjoying the moment, you have to go to the bathroom and let it all out. You won't get everything out anyway, and at some point it's just there. Wets your underwear and there is nothing you can do about it. Makes me miss condoms. That post-nut clarity of realizing you just had sex with someone you shouldn't have. When the dick slips out, skeptical smiley face. The old bend your dick in half while stabbing her in the taint. Yeah, that's a big loss for both teams. Sex farts. Mysterious liquid staining the sheets, clothes. Some blowjobs can be very messy. Having to do an enema before doing anal, trust me on this one. And no communication from either party on what to, not to do. Bonus point. Guys. Trim and filed eye fingernails. When you lean in for a kiss but your face hits the mirror. Cramps. You need to stretch before foreplay. If you stretch after foreplay or mid-humpies, you risk losing a boner due to shifting blood flows. Tip. Do hip flexor stretches and shoulder stretches. Hips will cramp and cause pain. Shoulder can give out quick too if you ain't ready. Sometimes you focus so hard on not coming too fast that you turn into a superhuman incapable of an orgasm without serious focus. I didn't realize how long it seems to feel when the guy is putting on a condom and you are just waiting with your legs spread apart. Airing the girl. How awkward shower sex actually is instead of the sexy fantasy of it that most have. You're one slip away from injuring yourself or both of you. Nearly passed out from eating out a girl in the shower once. She was really tall, so I just got on my knees and went to town. Turns out that all the water running down her body basically waterboards you. I finished the job, but it was traumatizing. Some years later gets waterboarded at Gitmo. Gets erection. CIA officer. What the f? When you somehow have her finish first. And now she is rushing you to get done, because she is now sore. That tiny hair you caught on your tongue but can't seem to find with your fingers when trying to get it off. When you're jerking off staring into the mirror but your reflection keeps finishing before you do. When he pulls out and shoves back in, then pulls out again, and you release all the air he just shoved into you. Ugh. The annoying part is people rarely share their tricks. For instance, a friend once told me he had a one-night stand, went out, had drinks, did a lot of drugs, went back to her place to f***. When he woke up he realized he shit himself. Girl was still passed out, so he scooped his own shit and without disturbing her, he rubbed it on her ass and between her cheeks. He got up and left. What the f*** did I just read? Trying to please your partner while simultaneously getting your own. My orgasm comes when I've mentally checked out, focusing on nothing but what I'm feeling, while my girl needs to see my face and hear me make noise for hers. So it's a constant battle between trying to find the midpoint of the day. Sweating so hard you need a towel on hand. Raccoons. Having to come up with a reason to leave without making them feel bad about it. I've got to return some videotapes. Try getting a reservation at DORSIA now, you stupid BASRARD. The sweatiness of really long exhausting sex without AC. Kids. When they try and interrupt or because they're a result of sex. LMAO. The vag cup duck walked to the toilet while trying not to drip on the floor afterwards. Why don't you just sit on the ground and then drag yourself to leave a trail like a snail? Developing feelings for your casual hookup without them being reciprocated. If you eat a lot before and your stomach hurts while you're in the middle of it, preventing you from feeling good about yourself and thus preventing your orgasm. Yeah, then eat. Making contact with an IUD in the middle of a thrust will catch you by surprise. Not having it. Cleaning afterwards. The elbow-legged hobble to the bathroom to evacuate the ejaculate. The awkward moments when sometimes the clothes just don't wanna come off. Like sometimes the pants are just too tight and you have to do those weird maneuvers from the position you're in to get them off. It can completely ruin the vibes. I've never understood this. The awkward clamoring to get clothes off certainly makes me feel like I'm not portraying the sex goddess I want to be in my head, but I can't imagine any person being like, yeah, sorry, but the way you're leaning over to get your pants off really killed it for me. That fart sound that your chests make when you are both sweaty and make a vacuum. You know how there's whiskey dick when you're too drunk to get hard. What happens to me sometimes instead is that I can get it up, but it is incredibly hard for me to come. It's nice at first because you can last longer, but then it gets annoying because all you want to do is finish. I've had to pretend before because if not it can awkward to explain, and I've had a girl get mad at me and leave because she thought I was lying and it was because of her. I take an antidepressant with two side effects. 1. It makes me feel normal so I can be a good partner in a relationship. 2. It makes it really hard to orgasm. These two things do not go together well. Sleeping in the wet spot. Trying to shove the investigating cat off the bed without ruining the rhythm. One thing rarely, if ever, discussed. During the act. Hands and lips and everything seemingly can go anywhere, everywhere. Bite this, lick that, touch this. All good. And then, when it's over, suddenly it's magically off limits and a person has understandable personal space again. It's strange when and how that happens. Foreplay. I have some medical issues so I run tight and dry. Takes a little while to get me warmed up and then a little while to get me lubed up. My husband is wonderful and patient, but there's some days where I don't want the trouble and just want to get straight to the action. Cleanup. I'm prone to UTIs so I have to pee immediately after and can never just lay in bed and cuddle. I also have to shower and get all the lube off of me pretty quickly. And we use silicone, so cleanup is a bitch. Husband likes me to rub his thighs after sex, so I'll usually pee, wipe up as best as I can, come back and sit in bed with him for 10 minutes or so, and then we'll hop in the shower tub together. Both of these combined make quickies nigh unto impossible for us. Ugh. When your vibrator died right before you orgasm. That sometimes it's not just be horny. If you worked a 10-hour shift and just came home, you just want to sleep, not Sex requires time, mood and energy. One of them alone can't do nothing. Two of them can give you a shit sex. All of them can at least make you have decent sex. Hair in your mouth and eyes. Hip cramps. Dick slipping out. When I think my period is over and then the dick suctions out the last bit of goop. When he's hitting it just right and you're very obviously into it so he turns into a jackhammer, completely ruining the perfect pace, depth, angle, roughness, etc. Even worse when you literally say, just like that, and then he proceeds to change what he was doing, like, no, I said just like that. If you go harder, it's not just like that anymore, is it? Here's another one. When you get cum in your eyes. But you said you wanted to see the kids. Grandma. When you're close to orgasm and the finger slips off your clit. The rubber smell. If you are smelling burning rubber, slow down. Everyone in Starbucks telling you to stop. Changing positions when you're really getting into it. It sometimes breaks the mood. Skeptical smiley face. When you have both been going so long that orgasming becomes too hard so you both give up on the endeavor, the sex can be great, but once you hit that point you can end up feeling a little defeated. Not honestly knowing what you're supposed to do half the time, but acting like you do. Hope that she gets her period next month. No one else. Seriously. Just me. The 22 years before you have it. And the 6 years, 7 months, 14 days before you have it again. UTIs. They are super common for women if they don't pee right after sex. The queefs. Attaching your penis.